I was having a problem with my idler pulley on my 1979 Toyota 4x4 pickup. The bearing in it was shot, and that's for the power steering pump. This is one of them that actually had air conditioning and power steering on it. I went to my local AutoZone and picked up a Duralast. This is number 231035. Now, it's not specifically listed for a Toyota 4x4. The guy just found it and it matched the size. It was almost identical and it fit right on. Okay, right there is your power steering pump, that belt right there. Power steering hoses. The idler pulley is the small one, right on the front of the valve cover at the top and the center. It had a 17mm bolt holding the pulley in, and then on the opposite side of it is the tensioner adjustment, and that takes a 12mm socket. Okay, this is looking down on it. I couldn't do it with a tripod from up here, but you can see your distributor cap, and then that pulley right in front of it is the power steering pump, which is right underneath the distributor. Over to your left, right here off of your valve cover, is just to hold the bracket to the motor. But the one that's coming in at a 45-degree angle there and kind of in the center, that is the tension adjuster. So that's actually hooked up to the bolt on the center of the pulley. There's no lock screw other than that or anything. You don't have any set screws. And it was really pretty easy. It cost me 20 bucks for that pulley. This is my old pulley. It got all wallered out. On the other side, the guy at AutoZone told me that the race of this, the outer race, was actually built right into it. Wasn't meant to come out. Now he tried to cross-reference it for me to like a Celica or something like that with a 22R motor, and that pulley was smaller. So he started digging around and he found this baby here. It's a Duralast brand idler pulley. It says 231035, and this thing is almost exactly the same as the pulley that was on it. Now, I don't actually know if that pulley that was on it was from the original one or not, or somebody engineered something because they couldn't find the part, but it seems to work just fine. Now, before I change this, what was going on, I kept hearing a rattling sound, and you could hear it when you were driving. You know, just sometimes it was there, sometimes it wasn't, and it was the bearing in that pulley was going. And when I was looking at it when it was sitting there idling, I could see it wobbling just a little, and I thought, okay, I'm going to have to get it. And then I went out and it started kind of squealing. It got really loud, rattling, kind of scary sounding, like something was going to break. And I gave it a little gas, and it made a squeal and stopped, and I smelled burning rubber for a couple seconds, and I think that was the belt. And what had happened was the pulley stopped. And when I got home, it was running quiet, and I popped the hood and looked, and that pulley was not spinning at all, but the belt and everything was still running, so I realized, you know, I was going to have to change it. So it seems to be a lot better now. Okay, I put a couple of spacer washers in between the pulley and the engine to make sure the pulley wasn't going to rub up against the engine, because that would have just chewed it up. But like I say, it's not the exact replacement, but I just had a couple of those laying around and they did the job. Okay, this is top view looking down. See the belt? And right there in the front and center you've got the bolt that's holding it on. And then there on the left at an angle is the tensioner, which is actually connected to the bolt. There's a block. And then right behind the pulley, see, I put 2 washers in there to keep that pulley from rubbing up against the bracket. It's a 1979 Toyota 4-wheel drive. It's got 32-inch by 1150 tires. Just 4-speed manual transmission. It's a 20R engine, which is like a 2.2 liter 4-cylinder. It's mostly stock, other than like the bumpers and the tires.